Well, hi and welcome to my shop. Thanks a lot for keeping me company here today. And today is the 18th of October, and what I want to pursue today is the magic eye, for which there is no apparent magic at this point. So there's a magic eye tucked right in here. Very faintly glows, and from what I could see doesn't respond to variations in the signal strength of the signal coming in. Maybe a problem with the eye or the eye circuitry, or maybe something more going on with this radio that I haven't quite discovered yet. So that's what we're going to pursue, and I think we're going to start off with a tube test. But first, let me show you this. Let me take a look at it too. So this is the front bezel from the radio. Now there's a piece of glass that was broken and gone in this radio. And what I've done is I put a piece of stiff plastic in here. I mean, it's not glass, right? And glass and plastic don't look the same. But at least it's some kind of cover now on here. And so this goes over like this. Sits on the cabinet. So that's what the radio is going to look like. Good. So there's a slight curve here, which is why I had to use a piece of plastic, and I cut it very carefully to the right size, and I just glued it in place here in these two areas. That's all. No glue anywhere else. That's enough to hold this thing flat and keep it in place. So these were earlier attempts at something which really didn't work out. I can actually take them out carefully. There we are. So the main advantage of having this is, well, it's going to look a little more normal, but mainly it's going to block dust from going into the radio. Good. Okay. It's a little fragile. Just put it over there. Now, as for the magic eye. Okay, Mr. Magic Eye. I'm going to take it out, and we're going to throw them in a tube tester. See what happens. Now these rubber cowlings are often shot. This one's still rubbery. Okay, that's good. Now, almost always there's a resistor tucked up inside here. For crying out loud, that's right. And that resistor often fails. It's a 1 megohm resistor. It's often failed, and that's why the eye isn't operating. It's almost certainly the case here. Lots of problems with getting at the resistor that's in here. So these wires here are often very stiff. You can't be tugging around too much on this. These ones they're pretty stiff. In some radios, in a certain make of radio or model, I can't think of right now. Right here, where this capacitor is, or this tube is, it's a big hot rectifier tube, and the wires lay right up against it. In all those radios, these wires, installation has failed down in here, but that's not the case with this one. So we won't worry about the resistor right now. We'll find out what this tube is. Now the thing is, it's more likely than not that a tube in an old radio like this, a Magic Eye tube, is going to be dead or weak, 6U5. And the reason for that is people didn't want to spend the money to fix them or to replace them. So the eye has a life. The radio's life is much longer. We play these radios a lot, I assume, back in the day, and the result is the eye wears out early. And then, son says to dad, "Oh, can we get a new eye?" Dad says, "No. You know what those eyes cost? $2.65. There's no way we're spending that on a stupid Magic Eye. Use the radio without it." And consequently, that's why most of these you find in these radios are worn out and dead. It was Dad's fault. He wouldn't replace it. And, would I have done it? Would I have replaced it back then? Probably not. Okay, because, Magic Eyes, although they're kind of cool today, because they're kind of unusual, back then, there was nothing that unusual about a Magic Eye. Okay. Now, I'm going to try to test the Magic Eye with this tester. I've never used this guy on a Magic Eye. Magic Eyes are unusual vacuum tubes. So the testing process is unusual too with them. The main thing I want to find out is it got any brightness at all? So this one is a 6U5, right? 6U5, 6G5 it says. So we'll look up the 6U5. Right here. 6U5. So right away it says visual test. 6.3. 1, 2, 3. A45. 18. So it looks like, so we do make a change in these numbers. Okay, well let's just do it and we'll see how this works out. So this is a, not a, can you see it on the camera? There's a little arrow right there, pointing between the two big ones. Look at the eye here too. Okay, 6.3, switch on. Now a good eye is really quite bright. What to expect here? I don't know if it should be glowing right now or not. So, well, I guess maybe I gotta push the test button. Yes, that's what it is. So first shorts. No. Test button. W and X. W and X. It says bad here. And there's no glow happening here. Okay, so that's probably the tube test. Now we do the visual test. The visual test is done with AB456. Zero W. So can you see that? Can you see that on the camera? A little bit. You see just a little bit of green show up. Am I pushing here again? My finger slipped. W. Wow. That's pretty weak. Now, I think I have some more magic eyes here. Just give me 1 second. Discover where I put them. Where they are. Gotta hunt them down. Okay, so in my world, magic eyes are scarce also. I have 2 here, and that one's got a big X drawn on it. I think this one's fairly good. 6U5, exactly the same. Let's give it a try here and we'll see. See what happens. Put the original with the radio here. Let's go back to the first test. A45, 18. Okay, no arrow. These 2 are the fat guys. test. Nothing happening. WX. Wow, it's in the good. Okay, now the visual test is the one I guess that turns it on, and that's the one you probably see a big difference. So I'll put this up. A, B, 4, 5, 6. A, B, 4, 5, 6. And then we set this to 0. And push W. Holy smokes! Okay, she's a winner. Now I'm going to leave it just like that. The other eye just barely lit a little corner, so we know this one is definitely a bright one. I'm going to get that other one with the X on it. You might say, why didn't you throw it out? Why put an X on it? Because I'm so full of self-doubt. These things are so rare. Make mistakes. In you go. We're just going to do this visual test. And I have this little guy now. Is this also the same tube, only squished? 6A08, like 6AD6 on here, so it's quite a different number. Okay, check for shorts. No flash. Maybe that's because of the way it's sent. Still at 0, pushing W. Okay, we'll do the other test too. I don't know why there's an X there. So it's 1, 2, 3, A, 45, A, 4, 5. Test now is 18, WX. Bad. Yeah, that's a good reason there's an X on there. That's it. Well, I got one good one. Anyway, at least for testing purposes. I do have another one here, which is a different shape. And what's the number on this? It's very hard to see. It's right here. I can see. So it looks like CN5 is all I can see on there. So I'm just going to pop it in and hope it's the same. I don't think it's necessarily the same at all. That's it for Magic Eyes for me, but I got a good one. I got a good one for testing. Good. Good. Okay, so we're gonna pop that guy in. This is my new X one. Pop in this guy. I still think the eye will not work. Because of the 1,000,000 ohm resistor that I assume is shot. Now let's leave it out. Let's leave it out like this. I can put it. Can we clamp it anywhere else? I don't want to bend it too much here. Okay, we can leave it like this. It's just a little easier to see the eye clearly than to look through the. There. I know it's a little droopy. Okay, Mr. Magic Eye. Just checking everything out here, make sure everything is good to go. Connected to an antenna. While the radio warms up, I'm going to go throw the antenna switch to the shop. Okay, dim bulbs because I'm a scaredy cat. There we go. Dim bulb's working fine. What's this eye gonna do here? Oh, look at that! She's glowing beautifully. Now we're gonna have to tune something in. Full power. Look at it, it's just beamingly bright. Crying out loud, it's gonna light my shop up. Holy smokes! Can't see it too well there. Okay. bit of cleaning in the capacitor, I think, is required. Okay, nothing but noise there. So we'll go to, I have to go turn the antenna on if we really want this to work. This is, oh, that's much better. This is the 9 megahertz band. So I can see the eye. It's nothing happening yet. Louder one end than the other. I gotta go throw the switch. That's my problem. I'm operating with just without an antenna. I go throw the switch. I'll be back. Sounds like that made a difference. You know, this eye is so bright. Why don't I stick it back in the thing? Wow. It's overpowering the camera. It's too much for the camera. I mean, you know what? I'll turn on the house lights here. That might help. That might not help at all. I'll just have to tolerate it with this camera. So my personal view of the eye is perfect, and there's no movement in the eye at all yet. We got to hit this with a stronger signal though. It needs a stronger signal. I'm not going to find it up there. Maybe here. Oh. Okay, that's enough. So there's absolutely no action in the eye. So the question would be, is that because there's no AVC action in this radio? Or is it because that million ohm resistor is open? Okay, side off. The problem with the million ohm resistor is it's really hard to get to without doing some damage to the socket. It got pretty warm. Come out. There we go. Generally, so it's got a rubber fitting here. Generally, that's kind of the end of that sentence. First, we got to get this big clip off. Come on. I just have mental images of all kinds of things flying everywhere. Glass breaking. There we go. Come on off there. There. So this has to slide back, which will have come out and kind of snapped into a locking position. This to slide back, and it releases the outside of this a little bit, and then this can pop outwards. This is the whole idea. We're stuck on square one here. And I'm guessing there's a resistor in there. I don't know that for sure. I don't know that for sure. I want to dig underneath. I got to take the bottom plate off the radio because I've got the bottom plate on here during all the alignment stuff. Get out these wires and find out if the million ohm is down there, but it's almost certainly here. These things were sold like a unit, or they were built like a stock assembly. And then you bring it out and stick it in the radio. All you'd have to do is hook up these wires. You don't have to do anything else to the radio but hook up these wires, a couple for a heater, a B+, and an AVC. And so you wouldn't have to put components into the radio. So this becomes a sort of like an independent attachment just with wires. No need to stick a million ohm resistor somewhere in the radio. It's coming in here already. It's almost certainly in there. What is the trick to get this off? Compress this? How can I compress that? I don't know how you could compress it. And there isn't even, this isn't even rotating. It's stuck so hard. Wow. Because all this flexing is going to wear those wires out if I go too far with them. The destructive part is pulling this cap off. In some radios, the cap is just kind of tab locked in here, and all you can do is kind of get a hold of it with something, crack it and break it out, and then you put it back together without this piece. Any chance that center part will pop out as it is? I don't think so. I strike this very hard. Whack! Knock it back over. It's not even loose. It's not even loose. Okay, let me find a striker here. There's one. How about my high school hammer? I can't imagine this is gonna put enough shock into it. I'm just holding it with my hand. My shock absorber. Oh boy. It's going to be more than $265 to fix this. I'm sorry, Bill. You're going to have to pay me. It's going to be close to $10 by the time I'm finished. $10. And by the way, Bill, Bill, the names were changed to protect the innocent. So the owner of this radio is, well, it's me. I own this radio. Yeah. By the way, I have another customer who's just dropped a radio off here. It's a Westinghouse radio. It's almost identical to this one, and it has the same front face with the separate lights down the side here. It's exactly the same. I almost fell over when he brought it over. But enough with falling over. Okay, I've done too much of that lately. Well, I really don't know how to do this. I don't know. So the good thing to do is to stop. Yeah, stop. Stop means stop. And think about it. Now think about it. Am I going to end up busting this all up, smashing it to pieces, get that resistor changed, and then what? I'm going to put the dead eye back in, or I'm going to put my only really good eye back in? Oh, that's right. I got to go think about it. What to do? What to do? Well, I've given it lots of thought. I got nothing. So I've decided I'm going to take a closer look at this. Maybe there's a hint. And just in getting ready for this, I think maybe I found one. So there's a slot cut there in the main housing, if I can call it that. And there's a slot cut, a little hard to see, underneath, opposite. There's two slots. So that means this thing has kind of like a pincer action. So it's not, so I think that gives me a chance to squeeze this and compress it a bit, and then this outer sleeve may slide. Maybe. So we're going to try this. If I compress it the right way. All I got to do is just slide, you know. Yeah, right. I don't know. If this is working, this will start coming loose here. Oh, where are you looking? You're looking up in the sky. Just a second here. Let me just change the focus on the camera a little bit. Okay, squeezing. I gotta make allowance for the. Well, first I just want to see if I can rotate that outer collar by putting pressure here. Wow, it feels as solid as can be. So you can see in the slot there a piece, and that's the piece that this thing is slid over. That's what I have to compress it right up, just near the edge there. I mean, I can't be squeezing it on the body here. I gotta squeeze it. Oh, in heaven's name, would you ever do that? Oh my gosh, I can't imagine how you do that. Just with a pair of these, up tight. That's just gonna shoot out. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. Oh, I faced this problem so many times. I think I need to set this on a solid surface and then whack away with a hammer back here and bash this thing back together. Back apart, back apart. And where would I do that? Where would I find such a surface? I got the big transformer sitting right here. Let me give that a try. Heavens. Good grief. So this is the reason why these eyes are dead. Nobody wanted to go through all this to and kind of get it like that. And just whack away. And I'm really trying to drive the sleeve up. That's really what I'm trying to do. Where's my wacky hammer? Here it is. Okay, try not to break the glass on the radio now. Oh my gosh, how am I going to hit this? A little awkward for me here. And I'm pounding on the rubber piece up here. What good is that going to do? This is useless. I can't get any force onto it. You know what? Force onto it. I can squeeze it off with some kind of a clamp, some kind of a C-clamp type thing, and apply pressure to it. You know what? That might work. That might work. Okay, somebody saved me from myself here. Yeah, it certainly puts pressure right on that rubber piece. Wow. It's going. It's moving. You know, it's only moving on the one side that I'm squeezing. Okay, wait a minute. I can put pressure with a tool on the other side. Be careful, man. Not quite big enough. I haven't got anything with bigger jaws than that. That's my big jaw guy. Wait a minute. I have channel locks somewhere in the house. Okay, let's just think about this. I run around getting channel locks. What if I just whack it? It could be because of the angles here now. It's really binding in here really hard. So let's give it a whack. So I can steady this on the chassis. One good whack. One gooder whack. What has happened? It would appear nothing has happened. My clamp slid off. Okay, so I need the clamp on the other side. That's what I got to do. Okay, take this off. Oh my gosh! By the time I get this done, those wires will be shot. Okay, now we want to get up here. Should take all the tubes out of the radio tube before I take them out in pieces. Whoa! Exactly. Need another hand. Okay. Right in here is where I want to push. What's happening? You can actually see the clipping, the catching edge is actually exposed here. That's bad. That's very bad. That's very, very bad. Okay, let's take this back. Maybe I have caused some kind of compression here that is going to help me. Yeah, right. I almost got this. I got the right idea, just bad implementation. Very powerful. Okay, so how do you undo what you did? I need some other creative solution now for the bind I'm in. Literally a bind. Literally a bind. Okay, let's try the sharp shock. As soon as I find my hammer. What are the chances? I can't deliver any significant anything in here. That's not going to do anything. There's a prying spot. A pry spot. Let's try the pry. Something good to pry with. There we go. That did it quite nicely. Now, a little further. It moves so easily. Get over now. Wow. Way up further. You should have pull the ring right off this way. Just pull it off and get rid of it. Cut it and get rid of it. Who needs it? What's this ring for? What is this ring for? What is the ring doing that is so important and valuable? The ring is holding this together. That's what the ring is doing. The ring is simply holding everything together. That means if I get rid of the ring, will everything come apart and stay apart? It'd be flimsier. The clamp goes on the body here. Let's stick with what we're doing. Stick with trying to knock it back. This can come a lot further forward. What about just trying to force that piece down? Just force that guy down. I say my tool wouldn't fit in here now. No, it fits there. Good. Something about applying a lot of pressure to things leads to a disaster. Get under it. Where did we get to here? We got somewhere. I figured out the technique though. The technique is to use the clamp, the C clamp. It's a little bit of a better kind of rig on here, and that would go better. Change that a little bit. Now, how far back? This will go all the way back. Well, this will go all the way right down onto the wires. What's holding it? Nothing much. Nothing much is holding it. Come on, man. So close. Let's see if we can just grab it by the edge here. Kind of rock back and forth. Looks like it's ready to come out. Ready to come off. Bugger. I could put a tube in here and get a better grip on the socket. So grab a tube with an X on it. No, don't go that way. Go the other way. Don't go up. Okay, in and now. Is that going to help me somehow? Oh, I just won't go over. Is this as far? No, this can't be as far as it goes. Why would they make it so it would catch here? The catching part's under here. Why is this part catching? All this so I can fix this and put a dead eye back in it. There's no prying it. There's just nowhere to go in there. rotate. Oh. Is there a key? Maybe there's a key spot where it comes out or just falls off. Yeah, keep thinking that. Oh my gosh. Down a little bit on this side. Oh boy. That almost worked. Let me try that again. Shimmy it. Ah. How's the wires doing? Oh, they're holding up. I gotta stop and think for a bit. Surely to goodness this ring should be falling off at this point. Why wouldn't it be? Okay, like a minute and a half went by. So what I'm thinking is, if the ring is loose, then it's not involved in clamping this socket in here at all. So if this isn't clamping it, it's ready to come out. If I took this ring right off, we'd be right where we are right now anyway, except I'd be able to pry in there. You know what, I might be able to here. Pry at the socket. So I think I'm just driving the ring down when I was doing that. I don't think the socket's gonna come out. Another way is to push something up here, like a pin, you know, or nail up, catch the bottom of the socket and then try to pound it out. That's another way. I'm not going to try that way. Maybe if I just work it, it'll come out. I have to be holding this. And the ring has to be loose. Okay, the ring is loose. Hold on to the base here. These are lovely pliers, by the way. Self-adjusting pliers. Okay, I got the base. Now, pull the socket out. Come on, tube, pull out the socket. Pulling the tube out. Let's try it again. Come on, socket. You can come out. Come on out. You're not coming out. You didn't come out at all. Very loose. Maybe what I would do now is try to open the clamp here by prying on those, especially if I can get at them from up here. But I can't. Prying in there. You know, I want to try to open the clamp sort of thing there. That's not going to work. So, is there any reason to work more on this ring, or is that just going to be good enough like that? I think it's good enough like that. So now it's all about how do you get the socket out. The socket is still gripped by, well, I don't know what else to do, so I'll try some prying in here. Can't imagine that's going to do anything. Come on. It's not going to do anything. Gotta pry at the top of the slot, not the bottom. Okay, so if the slot, so if the two halves, one half here, one half there, I need to pry them open and pull out the socket. So if I were to pry in on both sides at the same time, and what are the chances of that happening? So with the collar slid down low, it doesn't restrict the top very much. I don't think I can get in there and pry anything. It's too tight. If we just go down another couple of millimeters, we'd be cooking. So close. Cut the ring right off. Now that's even a problematic option. The ring is catching. Why is it catching? Is it catching because of this top part, or is it catching because of the bottom? So I think it's catching on the top. So I could cut this, and that would allow it to expand a little bit. I can nip it, nip it, nip it, nip it. That would allow it to expand a little bit and not destroy it. Why don't we try that? What would I nip it with? Oh, so powerful. Where is it? It's not very powerful when you can't find it. My nippers, where'd they go? Okay, I have to go off in search of a tool here. Okay, crazy plan number 7. So this is no doubt steel, cutting steel. First there's a lip here. Why don't I just cut all the way through it? Because I don't think I can get all the way through it. There it goes. So now the trick is to pry these apart a little bit, and out will come the socket. And for crying out loud, if that resistor isn't in there, some words may be said. I'm warning you. Okay, we'll just try to. That's probably not the best way to do it. Probably should be. Just try to pry the thing up and out. There. There's nothing happening there. Not even loose. I'm going to stab myself at some point here too. Hey, there we go. That's the way. Need a little bit of a bigger screwdriver for this. Just a wee bit bigger. Where are you? Where are you, a wee bit bigger? Son of a gun. Where did it disappear to? Let's try this one. This screwdriver is actually a neon test lamp. Mailed to me years and years ago It's the junior testoscope from Runbacken, Manchester. It's from Britain. I guess they thought I would buy a whole bunch of them, and they sent me one out of the blue. Years ago. I did not buy one. This isn't the best screwdriver to use for this either. It's not really a duty screwdriver. Let's try this one. A bigger handle. More power. Pry and pop. Oh, this is better slot for prying. And there's a locking dimple. Okay. The secrets are revealed. You are coming out. With whatever wires left after all this monkey business. Here it comes. Hey! Oh, that stinking resistor's not in there. Oh, come on. Ah! I said to myself, you know what, I'm too lazy to take the bottom off this radio and look for that megohm resistor underneath. I'll just go ahead and spend my day trying to take this apart for no good reason. Son of a gun. Well, don't put it together. Leave it apart. Well, this is another fine mess I've gotten myself into. Okay, no harm done though, because I preserved all the parts. I can pop it right back together just fine. We have to go underneath looking for the 1 million ohm resistor. Now, when I had the good eye in there, did I test it for operation? I can't imagine the eye itself would be responsible for failed operation like that. Yes, it's time to go after the 1 million ohm resistor underneath there. So hey, you know what? Let's do this. Let's look in the schematic. Hey, now I'm actually using my brain power a little bit. Okay, so here's the schematic for the radio, and the eye is out here. And where is that resistor? There it is. 1 megohm resistor. Off the plate. It's interesting how these eyes work, and they have a peculiar way of operating. You have to kind of read about them a couple of times to kind of absorb it. I won't even try explaining it. So we got to find this resistor. Yeah, I have to track. Maybe. Oh boy. Well, okay, that's what it is. This wouldn't make it apparent if it was in the socket or not. Looking at this, in defense of my unnecessary operation on the radio this morning. Yeah, we have to go under. Okay, bottom plate is off. We're going to tip this guy up. Transformers here. Let's go this way. Okay. Okay, there's a million in there somewhere. Let's see if we can find it. So we take a look at the wires coming in. Here's the bundle of wires coming in. And we just follow them, each one to a spot, to see if there's a 1 million ohm resistor there. Oh. Oh, I think I see it. think I see it. I think I see it. Hard to see right here. So we're going to check this. We'll just put an ohm meter on it and see what it reports. More than 2 million is what it's telling me right now. More than 20 million. More than 20 million. More than 200 million. That's a fifth of a billion, isn't it? Holy smokes. Well, I would say open circuit. I'm just checking to make sure I got this on the right connections. Yep. That resistor is open. Okay, so we're going to pop it out of there and test it again. You know, the spring fell off of my cutters. Yeah, I was using them the other day and the spring popped out. And I can't figure out how to put the spring back on it. I tried and tried and tried. No luck. Brown, green, brown. Brown, green, brown. No. Black, brown, green. Black, brown, green. A million. Let's check it now. There we go. And the truth is, whoop, that's my fingers. Open circuit. Very good. Okay, so we need a 1 million ohm resistor here. 1 million. See if I can find these. These resistors seem to take a fair bit of strain. 1 million. Right there. Brown, black. Wait a minute. Brown, black, green. Black, brown, green. Well, that's a black, brown, green doesn't make sense. That'd be 0, 1. It should be brown, brown, green, shouldn't it? Brown, black, green. Brown. What's going on here? Is this the right one? It's hooked up. Yeah, it's hooked up to between two wires, both of which are going up to the eye. For sure, that's it. Why did they stick it back there, though? Oh, I can't see what I'm doing. It's back here in a very awkward sort of place. Okay, I'm going to put this guy in, and we'll try the eye. Okay, got the little resistor in there. And we're going to give the guy another test here. Okay, we need the magic eye. Okay, I'll leave it playing over there.
So what we're interested in is the operation of the eye now. The eye should be bright. It's whether it operates or not. And I had a hard time using a station, but I'm going to try to do that anyway. So hook the antenna up. Should be able to find something to make any motion in the eye. There was nothing whatsoever before. And with the bottom plate off, the radio's alignment's gone off a little bit, I guess. But I don't think it's enough to make any difference for this kind of stuff. Okay, we're all set. There's no shorts here. No shorts. Everything looks good. Okay, power on. Turn on the broadcast band. Okay, full power. What's that eye doing? The eye should be glowing by now, shouldn't it? Hey, where's the glow? Heater's on. Where's the glow? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's plugged in all the way. Did I stick the wrong eye tube in there? I don't think so. I don't have many to work with. I've got this one with a big X on it. Did I X the wrong one? Come on. I couldn't have. So the resistor is not a million, maybe. Maybe for some reason it's a different value. Look at it again. It said a million. Here it is. I really just don't get that. Wow. So this is body end dot. Yeah, this is body end dot, this resistor. So on that basis, the body's brown, the end is black, and the band is green. There you are. That's it. That's a 1 meg. Silver. It's definitely a 1 meg. I put a 1 meg in. I got nothing. Nothing! Oh my gosh, how can that be? Let's just flip around here a little bit. That certainly isn't going to make any difference. Well, okay. Onward with more. Now I saw the old one glow a little bit when it was in the radio. How can this not be glowing? I did something wrong with the 1,000,000 ohm resistor. Pretty hard to do something wrong. It's on a terminal strip. Let's look for some B plus on the magic eye. Somewhat at random here. So we're watching this meter. Put a DC volts. We'll put it at 500 so I don't blow up my meter. Who's got high voltage? No. 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 Uh-oh, not many left here. There ain't no high voltage getting up here. So I put that resistor, I'm pretty sure I saw on the schematic, it was resistor right to the plate. So I have to tip the set up and poke around that resistor I just put in. Which, you know, I did not bother testing the resistor. It's a brand new resistor. Okay, let's do that. You know, one of the things I didn't do a minute ago was turn the radio up and make sure it was actually working. Okay, we'll power on. Turn it up this time, make sure it's making some sound. See, I didn't pull a tube out of this, did I? Did I pull out a tube? I don't think so. Where's my mirror? Where's everything when you need it? Oh, here it is. I'm so dumb as to pull out a tube. No, they're all in there. Hey! There's no sound at all. What's happened? Oh my gosh, quickly. Come to grips with the situation. This thing is stone silent. What have I done? Break a wire going to the speaker? Is there B plus down in here? The B plus is gone. What has happened? Get a little more light. Okay, I'll write on the filter capacitor, the power supply filter capacitor. What the heck? This is the only one more right here. There's no B plus. The set is on. The light is on. What happened? Oh, there is a tube missing. There's a tube missing. Oh, you're so dull sometimes, Jim. It's completely missing. Where's it gone? Is that really true? There's a tube missing in here? No, the tube is there. I can't see the pins here. Did the tube fall out? Is a tube falling out? Let's cut the power here because that sounds like something new. Well, it was knocked a little bit. Was that it? Okay, ready again. Just got the volume turned down. This is where you usually leave the volume up high and get a surprise. Go down again. Oh, okay, so I'm watching the dim bulbs. Last time the dim bulbs did not come on at all. That should have been a big hint. Now they're on full blast. Oh, now the eye will work. Oh, for crying out loud. I don't know, for crying out loud. Okay, that's good, but the radio's tipped up. Okay, power off. Radio down. It's amazing how many times you have to fix these radios to make them work. Fix them over and over and over. Down you go. So that's the rectifier tube. Down in there now. Okay, and I certainly saw the eye glowing like a happy little eye. Now, let's see if we can just re-aim this a little bit here for our viewing pleasure. Need a different size. There. Oh, that's nice. Okay, let's try it one more time. Volume down. Power through the dim bulbs. There they come. Everything normal. Power up. There's the eye coming on. She's a beamer. That's like the brightest eye I've ever seen. Volume up. Come on, eye, do your stuff. Oh, it's hard to see in the camera there, isn't it? Let me try this. Still not very good, is it? There, that's not bad. You definitely see the wedge in the eye. Okay, here we go. It's moving, but not much, eh? Oh, yeah, I do have the antenna on. Gives you an idea how strong the noise signal is compared to the radio signal. I'd like to see something close that eye all the way. Okay, so we'll try some shortwave bands. Let's try the general.
It doesn't matter whether you say the age to come or the future.
Okay, this is that overwhelmingly, this is a super strong signal.
The age to come or simply life. You know that. You know the Bible readers don't. John has a different form of language.
So I think that's the biggest action you're going to see in this eye with this radio right now. That doesn't seem very good.
Didn't believe in the gospel, that's absurd. Use the word testimony. Ubica según sus necesidades en cada momento. There is the storm, and into heaven.
Well, we better try some other bands here. 9 megahertz band, 31 meter band. Nobody home. Don't like how it fades out as you go across. Suggests more alignment. Oh, I've got the bottom plate off. That might have affected it.
Realizada para que atraviese una de las personas de las lentes. Según el
That's a
tipo
really
de
good
visión
test
que sea.
signal right there.
Las lentes están hechas con
So the eye is
polimetallicidad
hardly reacting.
que, según cuentan sus propios, es más idóneo para unas lentes de contacto, porque es impermeable a los gases. Y limita
To have a
el tiempo que se
poorly
puede
reacting eye,
ahora que está desarrollando un
but
segundo
working.
modelo con similar diseño, pero material.
Okay. Well, it could be resistors in the ADC circuit that have gone high and just aren't doing the thing. I've gone this far, I really should go further. And we really, if what we're looking at now is the ADC voltage, which you really do want to operate properly in a radio, regardless of its eye, whether it has one or not. You want AVC to do its thing. Okay, so I think that's going to be on deck for tomorrow. Yeah, I think that's what we'll say. Tomorrow is AVC test day, and we'll try to get a grip on the receiver's sensitivity, ADC action, ultimately the eye, and we're getting near the end of the road here. Great. Thanks a lot for watching.